Do you think she kind of tipped her hand a little bit during the filming? I mean, if you go back and watch, I mean, I'm sure you did, and she's in there saying, well, this is her getting used to losing. You know, I want her in her brain that she's, I mean, you're putting it out there that it's all, it's more for show than it is the real animosity maybe. Was that easier to compartmentalize on your part?
I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Ronda kind of tipping her hand by saying on the show that all of this was mental warfare, that she was going out of her way to make it uncomfortable for you.
Right.
Was that kind of going back and watching it, you're like, oh, well, that's where all that's coming from?
No, I learned that like way back since the first fight. You know, I didn't know it at the time, but then afterwards, you know, she says that she's not fake. You know, she's team real mean and whatever. Like she's been so many which ways emotionally unstable, and I remember when I used to be legitimately pissed off and upset. Like immediately after I won that title fight, I would see her at Strikeforce events, and she would come purposely right up to me and be like, "Hey, buddy, how are you? How are you, Brian? What's up, guys? How are you?" Like trying to hang out, and I was like, "Oh, I hate this girl right now." Like,
so you think it was back then even?
Oh yeah, for sure, you know, and she used to be the fakest of fake people, like ever, you know, and then she gets on The Ultimate Fighter, and what happened is that she was no longer able to manipulate me the way she was before. So before she would come up to me and be this super fake nice, and I would get pissed and put a scowl on my face, and it'd be like the sun went away, and all of a sudden, you know, I was in a black hole of hell as soon as she walked into the room. That's what it felt like. And then as soon as I let go of that and I made the choice that I wasn't going to be dictated by her anymore, then all of a sudden it seemed to work in reverse, you know. I didn't do it with that intention. I did it because I just wanted to take that weight off of my shoulders, and I didn't want to be that way anymore. It's not fun to be miserable and depressed, and she was turning the sport into something that I didn't love anymore. She was making it horrible, you know. I didn't like it, so I had to change my frame of mind. And basically what happened is then the roles reversed, so she couldn't walk in and be nice because I was nice to her. She walked in and be nice and we'd be friends, right?
As my grandma always said, kill with kindness.
Exactly, you know, so, and it wasn't, like I said, an effort to try to piss her off. It was just me trying to be real, you know, and not be the way that it used to be, change it, you know, and, you know, then, like I said, it worked in reverse, and then she started being the one who was pissed off because her mental warfare wasn't working anymore. And that's kind of what you guys saw on the Ultimate Fighter.
And that's a lesson that can help you for the rest of your career. It's not just for this fight.
Yeah, it's a life learning lesson, you know, it's helped me in more than just, you know, the rivalry with Ronda and myself, but it, like I said, I feel like my maturity level has reached the point of where my skill set, you know, they've finally reached an equalization, so I feel very balanced on both levels, and it's just a really great feeling. That she does the arm bar is a little different than what a traditional arm bar would be, how it would be done, so things that I just wasn't aware of the first time. And again, you know, I made the physical errors and physical mistakes, I think, because I was out of my emotional element. So, you know, the game plan was not to run into her judo throw. That's exactly what I did. As I felt the round coming to a close, she was breathing really hard, and I was like, oh man, she's so tired. I'm going to put a statement on the end of this round, and I'm going to make her not want to come out for the second round. And I just went like pedaling my punches right into that throw. So, you know, I just got a little away from the game plan, a little overzealous.
Was part of that maybe because you noticed that you had hurt her in that round and that it was time for you to become more aggressive, or was it just a mental lapse in the fight itself as far as the adrenaline?
It just was like I smelled blood, like a shark smelling blood and water. You know, I escaped one of her arm bars, and we scrambled and we got back to the feet. I had taken her back at one point, so I was feeling really good. I was like, man, I'm on fire. Like, this chick, you know, yeah, it's competitive, but I got this, you know. And I'm gonna hit her really hard in this last minute, and I'm gonna make sure that she does not want to come out for the second round. And I just went at her, you know, as hard as I could. And like I said, you know, I didn't pay attention to the distance ratio. I didn't, you know, I just got overzealous, you know. Like I said, I wanted to put a statement on that round, and I got a little carried away.
Do you think she's gonna come up with the same game plan?
I have no idea, honestly. You know, I mean, all of her fights would lead me to think so, like, but I think that I have to be ready for anything. And I think that when she's not able to do what she wants to do, she's gonna have to revert to other things anyways. So I'm gonna be in uncharted territory either way I look at it, you know. So I'm gonna stick with it and you know, do what I can to keep the fight where I want it, you know what I mean? So. Do
you think she might want to be trying to keep that armbar streak intact, and that's something you can play on?
Do I think what?
That she might want to continue that armbar streak, and that's something you can take advantage of?
Yeah, I'm sure if it's there, like, she'll want to go for it, you know, and I think that she would be wanting to brag that she did the same thing again, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Do you think she's going to try to continue that?
Probably. I would think that, I would think that Ronda's about proving points, you know what I mean? And I think that she's hard-headed, and so, you know, she could go out there and be bold enough to want to stand with me. I don't know. Maybe she wants to prove a point there. Maybe she wants to prove a point in trying to get the armbar. But either way, like, you know, I can't focus on that, you know what I mean? I have to focus on how I'm going to beat the champion, and you can't beat the champion by defending an armbar for 5 rounds. Like, you have to go out there and be better than her. So on the 28th, I have to be better than Ronda Rousey in every area.